First of all, I want to say rest in peace to King Von. My condolences to his family. This is a video of me expressing myself in the most humblest and most respectable way when it comes how I found out about King Von, who put me up on King Von. And this is something for young brothers out there who are out there in the streets, living the life, living that thug life, living that drill life. Y'all just take a second, you know what I'm saying, and reflect what I'm about to say. But I'm going to read, and it says, duty officer patrolling nearby responded to a shootout, and also fired their weapons in an attempt to stop the shooting victims. King Von was shot during the initial exchange between the groups prior to police involvement. He and two other men died as a result of their injuries, while three others were wounded. Arrest and case status. Suspect charged. The day after the shooting, Atlanta police arrest Timothy Leaks, an associate of Quando Rondo, also known as Lil Tim, and charged him with King Von's murder. Leaks had also been wounded in the shooting and was in police custody while receiving treatment at Glady Hospital. Charges dismissed. In August 2023, the murder charge against Timothy Leaks was dismissed before the case went to trial. His attorney stated that the case against Mr. Leaks was dismissed prior to ever being indicted, and the state of Georgia reportedly closed the case following the initial arrest. Other arrests. Two other men, Johnny Harris and Kevin Jones, were also taken into custody in connection with the incident. It's sad, you know what I'm saying, that young, talented brothers like King Von had to be murdered. So much talent and so gifted. But it's the family that suffers in the end. It's the mothers and the people that love King Von, and those that were wounded and died. Family that suffer the worst, to carry that pain and that struggle and that remorse for the rest of their life, knowing that their children, their nephews, their cousins, their grandsons are not alive, you know what I'm saying, to grow with knowledge and wisdom, and also, be a part of something really big. Because I know King Von wasn't just only what people called him out to be, just a thug and a bad example. King Von had a lot of love in the streets. A lot of people looked up to him. A lot of people, respected King Von because they know King Von wasn't no joke. He wasn't about that kitty play. There's a lot of allegedly speculations and say so about King Von's, life, being in the streets, living that thug life. But that's not what this video is about. It's about how sad it is that we got to lose young, talented brothers like him and so many others. And it's the mothers that have to cry and endure pain and seeing their child being killed. And also those that allegedly had beef with King Von that are not here today. And those that were, affiliated that are not here. But also those that engage allegedly into the same prospect that King Von did. King Von looked it out for his people. He made sure that his peoples and people that he called his brothers and family members that were taken care of, especially his mother. And it's just sad to say that, why? Why do we have to keep losing so much young brother and talented brothers? Look at Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? I hope he gets out, you feel me? I hope he gets out and continue doing what he's been doing in the music. I'm not talking about violence. I'm not talking about allegedly what they say about him or what he did in his past. No, it's not about that. It's about change. It's about commitment to being a better person, getting away from the street life, and especially having the talent and the gift that God gave you for you to be able to express yourself to the world is something that young brothers nowadays who are living that life, and if you have that gift, get away. You know what I'm saying? Open your doors for better opportunities and for you to have a chance to accumulate and be successful and open other doors for brothers and people that you see that have the same talent and the same gift as you do. I didn't know about King Von. My brother was the one that put me up, King Von. And it's crazy because my brother died. Man, it hurts my heart to say this. I miss him so much, dog. My brother died 2 years, a day before my birthday. And he was the one that put me up on King Von. And you know what I'm saying? When I heard King Von, I was hooked. You know what I'm saying? It's just the message he carried, his anger, his frustration, and every problem that he ever had. It's like I seem to relate to it. You know what I mean? But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the parents who suffer. The parents that will never see their kids again. The ones that pray every day that another child that's not even theirs won't get killed or be caught up in any type of situation in a negative way for their life to be taken away. I'm not only just saying King Von, I'm talking about everybody. It doesn't matter if you're in Miami, you're in Chicago, you're in California, you're in New York, you're in Texas, you're in Atlanta, you're in Virginia, you're in Philadelphia, you're in Dallas, you're in Houston. It could be anywhere. If you know you have a child that's in this, try to do whatever you can. Be all up in his face. Be the best parent that you can be. We all know that kids nowadays are hard-headed. They don't like to be told what to do, and they do whatever they please. But as you can see, so many talented young brothers have lost their life because of these situations and these circumstances. And it's the mom or the dad or the grandmother that has to bury their grandchild or their son or they nephew or niece. You know what I'm saying? It's time to put that to rest. It's time to elevate and escalate. And instead of having beef with each other, hate each other, we should be able to grow old with each other, establish each other, unite with each other, and stop hating each other. That's something that a lot of our young brothers are facing and are fighting for on an everyday basis, living in the struggle, living in poverty, living in misery, living with pain, living with chaos, not having their mother or their father, not having their siblings to care about them. You know what I'm saying? Just like DMX expressed it himself when he was alive. God bless to and rest in peace to DMX as well. It's very hard when you don't have family or no one to love you or no one to teach you the ups and downs of life. But King Von has a mom, and it's unfortunately that she won't never see her son grow to be a older, wise, mature, and knowledgeable, and watch him grow old, having kids so she can be a grandmother, things to that nature. I don't know if King Von has kids, but I'm just saying. But it just destroys the community. It destroys the youth. So it's not only about King Von that I'm talking about. It's about every mother that loses a child. Every mother that's out there struggling to get their kids away from that mentality and from that struggle and within that life and that environment and circle that is going to lead them to their death. It's going to lead them to face prison for the rest of their life, or it's going to lead them into getting hurt very severe and very badly. This is King Von's mother visiting King Von. Much respect to her. My condolences. I know it's hard for her. I know she's probably dealing with a difficult time. You know what I mean? It's been a while since King Von's been gone, but a mother never stops suffering. A mother never stops crying. A mother never stops to ask why. You know what I'm saying? This is going on and why she's going through it. But at the same time, too, there's others that are alive today that really are plugged and connected to their life. And they can't seem to find no way out. It's the only thing they know. It's the only thing that they grew up to see, follow, and establish. But enough is enough with seeing mothers having to have to bury their kids. It's the other way around. It's us, the kids, that should bury our parents of old age, natural causes, or, whatever happens that God allows to happen for them to go. It shouldn't be about blood and chaos and murder and revenge. But this is the world that we live in today. We live in a devilish world. We live in a messed up world. We live in a crooked world. We live in a very demonic world where even the government, the police, everybody is corrupted. The government is corrupted. And you see, then we have to see our mothers burying our own kids, our own future that is going down the drain, because instead of making sure that these kids get the right help that they need, to give them the right education, take away this poverty and misery of so-called minorities that we're going through, instead the government feeds it so we can kill each other and we can hate each other. And one thing I'm going to say, and please, my black people, don't get mad, because I'm half black myself and I'm Latin and I love my black peoples to the death, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of funny when something happens to our people within the police and everybody's out there fighting and everybody's out there protesting. But when a brother kills a brother, it's not a problem. When a brother kills a sister or a sister kills a sister, it's not a problem. It's like the streets don't acknowledge that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's my beef right there. It's like the government glorifies it and it gives the leverage to the police and the government to keep on talking bad about us, disrespecting us, saying that we're animals and we're criminals and we're thugs and we're killers and drug dealers. No. That's a lot of successful young brothers and sisters that are black and Latin, that are doctors, lawyers, actors, athletes, that make a difference and want to make a difference. They help their communities, they help the homeless, they built for the homeless just as much. They create different ideas and different jobs to help the community and others that really need help. But when it comes time to change the element from every ghetto, from every hood, from every aspect of so-called minorities, it seems to be a problem. But police don't have a problem when a brother shoots another brother and the community don't seem to have it, or they too scared to talk about it or snitch, which I'm not a snitch myself either, you understand? If a man is going to beef with a man, I'm not going to get into that, because that might mean my life as well. But it's time to change all that when it comes to put them guns down. You know what I mean? Put them guns down. If you're going to be a man about yours, man, put up your fists and fight. Because just like John Witherspoon said on Friday, God bless his soul, but you live to fight another day. And results, we're losing so many of our young ones because of violence, because of gunplay, because of, one dissing another. And it's our parents that are burying us. And one thing I can definitely say to King Von's mom, I know you suffering. I know you cry. I know it's hard for you to sleep at night. Because when my mother lost my brother, it was hard for her to sleep. It still is to this day. She still wakes up sometimes screaming and yelling, thinking that my brother is going to come see her or visit her or even say hi to her. And it's the hardest thing, because I never thought I was going to lose my brother. He died of a heart attack at 48 years old. But it just comes to show you, we can be here 1 minute and we can die in the blink of an eye. You know what I mean? So take that time. And if you see that your mom cares about you, you see that your mom wants the best for you, you see that your mom wants you away from all this elements and environment that's not good for you, get away from it. Do something for your mom or for your dad or for your grandmother that is taking care of you, that have taken their time and devoted their time to make sure that you don't get caught up in these type of situations. But also, I must admit, growing up in these environments, growing up in these ghettos and these hoods, it's so difficult to get out. But believe me, there is a way out. You have a chance and you have an opportunity to be great. And especially if you got talent, especially if you want to become somebody and you want to be out of that element to be able to take your mother, your grandmother, your uncle, or whoever it is that is taking care of you out of them elements and out of them circumstances and repercussions. You know what I'm saying? Let's not give the government or the police more to laugh about, for them to clown us and disrespect us and keep us calling us out of our name. Because in reality, that's how they see us. They see us as roaches. They don't care about us. But you do have some government officials that work within the government that really want to make a change and really want to help the hoods and the ghettos. But guess what? You got this crooked government that doesn't allow them to do so. And it's making them look bad because they want to help us so much, but they're not allowed to. And if they do, they're erased or they're disappeared, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did with Malcolm X, just like they did with John F. Kennedy, just like they did with so many other greats, Dr. Martin Luther King and so many others that had to pay for their life because they wanted to make a change. They wanted to see, you know what I'm saying, a different day, a brighter day, helping their peoples, helping their communities, helping their families, helping children. They had to pay with their life. In King Von's case, you know, he died too young. And all the others that have died in Chicago, in Miami, in New York, in California, and all the states that I mentioned, they're dying too young. And that right there, it should be studied. It should be investigated. But once again, like I said, it's so hard. Because once you are logged in and you plugged in into that life, it's going to be very difficult for you to get out. But my young brothers, there is a way out. If you don't want to end like this, no disrespect to King Von. Once again, no disrespect to his mother, because I feel her pain. Man, I feel her pain. Because I see it in my mother's eyes every day. And I know my mom, she tries to be strong. She tries not to show me that she's in pain, but I see it in her eyes. Losing her oldest son, it was traumatic for her. It was traumatizing. It was painful. And to this day, I still see it after 2 years of him being gone. So I can imagine, and I know how King Von's mother feels. And my heart goes out to you. May God bless you. And may God grant you everything that you wish for. And may you be successful in everything that you do. Also for your family. And also all those that have lost their lives, family. May God bless you. And may God grant you and wish you everything you want. I was once part of that life. I was once part of that, do or die. It's rather me or you. I was part of them circumstances. I didn't think I was going to make it too long. Then my health started declining. I just got out the hospital. And trust me, it's crazy what I'm going through. I'm not going to get into details, but as you get older, you start to understand that this is not the way. When you're young, you don't see it, and especially being born in casualties when it comes to hoods and ghettos and the so-called minorities. I hate that word, but that's what they call us. I was, not gifted to being born with a silver spoon in my mouth like so many others. But I learned how to get out. I learned that if I don't get out, that will be my life. It will be the enemy. And I probably wouldn't even have made it to this age. Look how young King Von died. Look how many others that are so young within Chicago, New York, Miami, California, Texas, Virginia, Atlanta, and so many other places that die young because they live that life and it's all that they know. It's all that they're taught. It's getting to a point that enough is enough. Know what it is to see a mother, rather is a mother that you have beef with her son or somebody else, it touches your heart. It captivates you. But most importantly, it puts a dent in your heart. And as you get older, you start to think and you start to have remorse. And you start to have this thought, yo, I need to get away from this, man. But most of the young brothers don't see it that way. They just want to go ahead all out and be a thug and put themselves out there at risk and sacrifice their life. And next thing you know, your mother, your grandmother, your uncle, your father, your grandfather, somebody's burying you. And that's something that we as people, being united or not united, should unite and talk about this. Come closer so we can be able to discuss these situations, so we can be able to solve these situations and these problems, so we can make it better and we can have our children have a better opportunity and better life, and especially living in these places and environments that I just was talking about. And I got this picture just to make a statement out of respect, not only to King Von's mother, but to all the mothers that have lost their child through violence, through gang wars, shootouts, or being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or being targeted, or because somebody was jealous of you, were envious of you, or for revenge. My heart goes out to every mother that has lost a child, because I see it in my mother's eyes every day, like I said. I miss my brother so much. We didn't end in good terms. We was mad at each other. You know what I'm saying? How brothers argue with each other, things like that. We never said sorry to each other. We never said, I'm sorry. We never squashed it. So I'm going to be living with that for the rest of my life, knowing that I didn't apologize to him and he didn't apologize to me. For whatever reason, I was stupid enough and I should have been a better person to squash it, But I did it, and that hurts me. It burns the fuck out of me. And that's why I decided to do this video, because we are losing our kids. We losing our young ones so fast. And it's this demonic, dangerous world that we living in that is the cause of why our young ones are dying, because the addiction of money and drugs and guns and just, the devil's parlay. That's what I call it, the devil's parlay, because this is the demon's terms. Once you make a deal with the devil, that's it. But instead, why not give it to God? You don't think he's going to give you what the devil is going to take away from you and not give to you? God will give you everything. God will make it possible even when you think it's impossible to give or do. That's why God sent his son Jesus Christ here to die for our sins. But the world is committing so much sins that we might go through that epic epidemic and Noah's flood. I know y'all read the Bible and y'all know what I'm talking about. But, let's stop killing each other. Let's come together. Let's drop the guns. And let's make it safer for our kids, for our young ones. And especially for those that are caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Why not celebrate for our brothers and sisters that are graduating, that got masters or degrees, that became doctors and lawyers, that became someone, important, and became someone that they always dreamed to become, to do the right things, to help others, and to help the people that they always wanted to help. Let's talk about that. Let's resonate on that. Not about our child being shot to death, that you can't even open the casket to see the casket open. It'll be a closed casket. Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. But we as young brothers, we also have to understand that we ourselves put ourselves in these type of situations. And we need to stop, but we need to grow, because it's our peoples, it's the peoples that love us, our mothers that love us, our grandmothers that love us, or our fathers, if you have a father, that love us, and those that love you that are going to suffer at the ending of the day. And that right there leaves a mark in your heart that I don't think nobody wants to experience, who haven't lost nobody. But I know King Von's mother. I know she's strong. I don't know her from a can of paint, but I know she's strong. And I know she's a soul survivor. And I just want to go ahead and give her flowers and say God bless you and God loves you. Just like I would tell any other mother that has lost their child through the game, through thug life, through the streets, or being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or being targeted by others because they jealous or envious of your child, or just because your child maybe wanted to help somebody that was in trouble, that was their friend, or somebody that they really grew attached to, and he gets murdered or killed. Like I said, my heart goes out to every mother. And I'm sorry that you had to lose your child in that way. My heart goes out to every mother. But let's make a difference. Let's come together. Let's stop this chaos and beef. Let's stop this bloodshed. Let's stop this heroic, chaotic devil parlay that the government always thinks that we're all about. Proving them wrong is a way of making them mad and pissing them off. Because in reality, being in the game, being in the streets, hustling, thugging, gang banging, you're only gonna lose, end up in prison, or your parents gonna have to bury you. And remember, it's the mom and those that bury you, that love you, that will suffer the most. And it's hard going on day for day, knowing that your child is gone, knowing that your child will never come back into this life, knowing that you will never see your child smile or do something productive that you can be proud and you can honor, because your child is gone. Because of many reasons or circumstances or situations or whatever circumstance. But this video right here is dedicated to all the mothers that have lost their kids, King Von's mother especially, and everybody that has lost somebody that still lives in pain, that still goes through chaotic dreams, that wake up in the middle of the night screaming and yelling, and the mothers and everybody that prays to God that this doesn't happen to their other kids or their other child in any type of shape, way, or form. God bless all of you. Much love, much respect. But let's make a difference by uniting and stopping this violence. I'm more than welcome. I'm more than willing to join everybody, from mothers to brothers to cousins, no matter what race and color you are, so we can start uniting and making a difference instead of burying a child or burying a young man or burying a sister or burying somebody too young because he was out there or she was out there playing the game and this demonic devil parlay world that I call. But I'm going to end this video by saying, once again, my condolences goes out to King Von's mother, his family, and everybody that loved him. Much respect. You know, my heart goes out to all of you and those that also lost their lives when King Von was murdered as well. Their mothers, their families, and everybody who has lost a loved one in the same way all over the world. My heart and soul goes out to y'all. God bless y'all. God loves you. Always know and remember, always put him number one and always put him first, the up above, because without him, you would never amount to nothing, and you would never build, and you would never make it in this life without him. Y'all drop your comments down below. Please, if you lost somebody, let me know. I will get back in the comments. Know what I'm saying? Let's start expanding in that way. And I guarantee you, a lot of people, if they start coming out, we can unite and we can build from it and do something right and do something humbly and do it in God's grace. And most importantly, do it because you know it's the right thing to do. And let's stop burying our sons. And let's start making our sons and daughters live a prosper, good life. I'm out. Peace.